uh, you gave me an opportunity. I know my career in real estate management, it started with you giving me an opportunity.
Okay, first, Richard Mukasa is my name. Yeah. I am the proprietor of Jerome Richards Limited. The inspiration started about 23 years ago, 24 years ago, by the way. And at the time, I used to, I used to work from the UK. I don't want to go there. They've been in existence for 50 years. How do
Yes.
they do it? Because they're guided by some principles. So mine is also guided on some of those principles. Right.
So, Mr. Richard, I know we've taken some time without catching up. It has been a long time since we were together. I must say that I appreciate the fact that you gave me an opportunity. I know my career in real estate management, it started with you giving me an opportunity at Jerome Richards. And I'm glad to see that it is still striving, it's still doing well. And that's why I'm here. I want to catch up with my longtime colleague, you know, just to give us a bit of an highlight. What has been your experience from the beginning when you said you wanted to start a real estate company?
Okay.
And how long is that ago, you know, so that we can catch up with, you know, what has been the journey, and then we are going to get deep into the real estate matters that affect our market.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. First, Richard Mukasa is my name.
Yes.
Yeah. I am the proprietor of Jerome Richards Limited.
Yes.
I've been in the market about 20 years.
Wow.
The inspiration started about 23 years ago, 24 years ago, by the way.
Yeah.
And at the time, I used to, I used to work from the UK. That's where my inspiration started.
Yes.
I was a little boy, barely 23 years old. And I was seeing my neighbors were estate agents.
Yeah.
Right? And the way real estate is practiced in England or in Europe is quite different from how it's done here.
Yes.
And being the young man I was, you know, I was in the diaspora looking for money. I thought if you have money, you have everything.
Yes.
So that's where the inspiration started. You know, they suit up, they drive nice cars, they smell good, you know, everything good.
Yes.
A real estate agent, you have to look good.
You have to have a good life.
I think precisely that is what life is about. Look good, smell good, keep time, you know.
Yes.
Try to show up that you know what you're doing, and I think that's the principles, some of the principles of business. Now, 24 years ago,
Yes.
we had a Kasulu here. There's a guy called Kasulu at the time selling land.
Yes.
So when I came back to Uganda in 2003, I found when Kasulu was going on the down low.
Yes.
And I thought it was an opportunity for me to start my company, Jerome Richards.
Yes.
So, you know, I registered in 2005.
Wow.
Okay? But before coming to Uganda, I had skills of business management.
You were managing a business in
I
UK?
was managing a business in the UK. Well, I studied different things, but I ended up in business management.
Yes.
So I came down here with skills of forex trading. I came with skills of looking after, like managing a supermarket, a mini supermarket.
Yes.
I have those skills. And then, you know, combined with some money that I had, And of course, I read, by the way, I read on my own. Nobody taught me at school. They didn't teach me real estate, but I taught myself.
You did some good research about real estate.
I did enough research about real estate.
Yeah.
So I came armed with that knowledge, and of course, some money and knowing what I want. So that's how Jerome Richards came into existence.
Yes.
Now Jeremy is my son.
Jeremy is your son.
My son.
Was he born at that time when you
No, he
birthed the idea?
Let me see. Jeremy was born in 2004. So we formed Jerome Richards in 2005. So it's like Jerome Richards, son and father,
Yes.
is a company founded on principles of
Like legacy.
legacy. I'm
Yes.
trying to build a legacy.
Yes.
When I started the company, I didn't start the company because I wanted to stop or to end in 3-4 years.
Yes.
This is something we're building for a lifetime.
Yes.
And I'm working some of the principles that guide me are to do with the fact that even if I'm gone, I want something to stay. Why? Because it's something I saw, I met. I mean, this is how they practice real estate. in
Yes.
England.
Yes.
You find a company has been in existence for 100 years,
Yes.
100
True.
years, 50 years.
True.
Many of them out there.
Yes.
You know, I could mention them, but I don't want to go there. They've been in existence for 50 years. How do
Yes.
they do it? Because they're guided by some principles. So mine is also guided on some of those principles. I'm just hoping that given life, that's where we're heading. That's where I'm heading.
Yes.
Yeah. So we start 2005 from Grand Imperial. We opened a branch down at Wilson Road, Wilson Street. We had a branch there.
Yeah.
2007 it closed. I went back to Grand Imperial, and I stayed at Grand Imperial for 16 years in one place,
Yeah.
and that's where we met.
Yes, that's where we met.
That's where we met, and about 2 years ago, 1 year and a half ago, I came here at Akamwesi Mall.
Yes.
So got a bigger space and bigger dreams.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the journey.
Actually, I believe those are one of the key points
Yeah.
that we need to discuss today. You know, you see, back then, you had an office at Grand Imperial.
Yeah.
Grand Imperial is located in the CBD area. But if you look at Akamwesi, where you have your office right now,
Yeah.
it's like more like a suburb. It's more like out of town.
Yeah.
But this is a place that you've managed to have an office
Yeah.
for the last 2 years. If you're still there, that means, you know, it's thriving well. What do you think are the changes that have happened in the real estate market? Because I'm seeing more malls, like mini malls, even big malls, coming out of the city center. It's not like back then where it has to be obvious that someone to rent an office, someone to have a shop, to be in a mall, it has to be in the city center. But right now we are seeing developments, you know, coming out of the city center. And they're actually thriving. They're getting tenants, they're getting anchor tenants. There are very big supermarkets in these malls. Now we're having malls stretch like to Entebbe. We're having malls stretch to Nsambia, Arena Mall. You know, it's not just about now the likes of Acacia Mall that have to be in the city, the likes of Village Mall in Bugolobi. So what do you think are those key points that developers are looking out to only expand their ideas, or not only having shopping centers in the city, but also stretch outside of the city?
Okay, that is a bit of a wide question, but very recently you saw what happened during the COVID period.
Yeah.
I think the COVID period opened up eyes to many of us. Our eyes were so opened.
Sure.
I mean, you have a business, our Chikubo friends out there, you have a business
Yeah.
fully stocked. What we went through, you know, their shops were closed.
Yes.
You can't access, you can't even walk there.
Yes.
You know, you have a lot of stock there, the customers are going there. Yeah? Then of course, during the COVID period, we took advantage of the internet at the time.
Yes.
So people developed this spirit of working from home. You know, you can work from home anywhere. You have your phone as long as there's internet.
Yes.
The good thing, the government has helped, has done quite a bit of work when it comes to internet connectivity. We have so many options. Not yet at that speed, but at least we can, you know, you can work from anywhere. So the circumstances have changed. The circumstances have changed for the consumers and of course the investors. Okay. First of all, in the CBD, land is very expensive.
That's true.
You and me know that. Right?
Yeah.
Land is very expensive. Okay. And of course, rent is expensive. But we forget that the consumers of these services are in the outskirts. And when you look at how they're building these days, when you look at how they're building these days,
Yes.
do they call them, are they lock-up shops? Yeah? In many supermarkets, you know, guy gets a small plot,
Yes.
puts up like 25 or 30 shops.
Yes.
Each probably can get like, say, minimum of 500,000,
Yes.
1 million.
Yes.
He has, you know, different businesses.
Yes.
The idea behind such investors is taking the businesses closer to the people.
Yes.
Now the consumer is also saving in that no more traffic, no more saving of time. Even other social services have been brought closer to people. Things like hospitals.
Yes.
Yeah, the government has helped us. Even private investors, the roads have been constructed.
Yes.
Now in Kawempe division, where I'm operating from,
Yes.
I mean, I have advantages. I'm seeing the advantages. And by the way, for me to make up my mind and choose to settle for Akamwesi Mall, it took me a period of about 10 years of searching and waiting.
And waiting.
And waiting for an opportune time.
Richard, I remember
Yeah.
when I was still with you,
Yeah.
there's a time we wanted to expand our office to there's that side of Chiwatule. Do you remember that time?
Yeah, I do remember. Chiwatule, Chireka.
Yes.
That side, yeah.
But I remember it was that issue that used to really scare you so much, like
Yeah.
to expand out of town.
Yeah.
At that time, we always looked at the only business that can be made is when you're in the city. Because I remember that time, you might probably not remember, but we had even paid rent for that space.
Oh, okay.
You probably have forgotten, but we actually paid rent. We actually paid about 4 months rent. Yeah, but then we actually ended up not going there. So those were the fears back then. But it surprised me a lot when I heard that you had shifted your office to Akamwesi, which is outside of the city.
Yeah.
But now it explains to me that it was dependent on those factors of where COVID came in. It was not very easy to move. And now businesses have been brought closer to people because now it's much easier if you have your office near where you stay, then probably avoiding traffic, avoiding wasting time to get to your office. So those are understandable, you know, reasons. But also, even all those factors changing, I believe there are still some businesses that if they really shift out of the city center, probably they will be affected. Or maybe there are those businesses that it won't really matter so much if you're really outside of the city. I'll give an example. There's now so much of online marketing, digital marketing. You can have your shop even in your home. As long as you post your products, you can sell your products even when you're home. Where does that put the real estate market if we have businesses that can still thrive if I'm doing them from my car, from my home, and I just have to post and probably deliver? There's a lot of delivery nowadays. Even you can get anything you want on delivery. Where does that put the real estate market for those clients that still put up shopping centers, still put up buildings? Because I noticed of late that even the size of shops that developers are putting up, it is changing. They are no longer those big spaces, 100 square meters, 200 square meters. They are coming to 30, 50 square meters, 80 square meters that are easily to be rented out, because it doesn't make sense if you have big space and it's not being rented out. But where does that put the real estate market? And do we still have, a thriving environment where, yes, it's good to expand, to bring services to, to the suburbs and all that, but does that lead to the growth of the real estate market? Does that lead to decline? What do you think?
Okay, now, of course, we have big and small businesses, okay? I wouldn't want to talk about the big players in the market because there are reasons as to why they are located where they are. Yeah? Take for instance, Knight Frank is located in the city center, and where it is, they have their reasons because, of course, they do, they're into maybe high-end kind of property. That's why, maybe that explains why they are where they are. Now, let me just talk generally about the people who are still growing in the industry. Some of the reasons that, okay, I'll talk about Jerome Richards. Some of the reasons as to why we had to change location was to do with we were driven by the fact that we wanted to be closer to the market. You remember very well when we used to work together. You have an office in a port place, but when you look at the walk-ins, the number of walk-ins into the office, it really wasn't making any big sense. That's one. Two, parking is a problem in town. That is also a problem. Traffic is a problem. Okay? It explains why you're seeing these malls coming up. We have this side of mine, Kawempe Division, Kawempe and Gayaza. We have a big mall coming up. It's in Gayaza, the Tasa Cafero Mall there. Quite big. It's gonna be time. It's coming up. We have another one still in Gayaza. It's big, but so far a Kamasi Mall outcompetes all of them. My location here, let me just talk here maybe to give an example to the listeners to understand why certain decisions are made. For the values that we stand for as a company, Jerome Richards Limited, I can't operate from my car. I have the cars, but I can't operate from a car.
Yes.
I need to have an address.
Sure.
Yeah? Because my history tells you that I was at running period for 16 years. I wasn't there because I had a lot of money, but I had a reason because I've met so many people across the world.
Yes.
And you will find it. And they found me and they know.
Yes.
Same number, same address, And it's the reason, like I said, it took me 8-10 years to find this place. And of all the places that were in Kawempe Division, I found this place to be most suitable for the interests that I have as a person and the focus where I want to take the business. This facility here, minus the fact that it has the amenities that I require as a person, but even for the customer, it's very easy to find swimming pools, schools, restaurants. We have what it takes.
Yes.
So, to me, as a small business, I don't see any reasons as to why I should be in town, because basically my customers are on the ground. Like I said, I mostly deal with residential property, though lately I've diverted in commercial property.
Yes.
So that's why the trend is changing. And I'm sure for my other people are doing the same.
Yes.
I'm really worried about these buildings, these tall towers that are coming up. I'm worried. I don't know what the future holds. Unless maybe this oil and gas thing opens up. Maybe the future is there, but I'm still skeptical. I don't know what the future holds really.
About how they'll thrive.
How they're going to thrive. Because that skyscraper with, let's say, 30 stories.
Yes.
But who's going to take up that space up there? I stand to be corrected, but in the market we are in right now, and this COVID experience that has really changed circumstances of how businesses are run, and I don't know, I'm really worried about that.
Yeah, because I've seen there's a new building on Loom Street. I was so surprised that they only put shops on the first 2 floors.
Yeah.
The rest of the floors, they're going to be converted into apartments.
Okay.
Because as some expatriates, maybe Indians, they love staying in the city center.
Right.
Yeah, but maybe, like you say, the oil and gas can change some things in the market. Then the other issue that that we needed to expand on is on the regulation in the real estate market.
Yeah.
Because I myself, I really did a real estate course at the university.
Yeah.
But when I did it, I can't lie to you that I knew that the market was not regulated. There are no laws that are really official governing the real estate market. Everyone can be an real estate agent. Everyone can be a real estate agent. Everyone can be a broker. It does not matter if you've studied it, if you've not studied it. There is no kind of certificate needed to transact business. Probably for guys who have companies, you need a license, a business license, but not like a real estate agent license. So how is it happening? How are you guys thriving in this market where it's everyone to play in it, regulated, not regulated, business owner, not a business owner? So what do you think should be done by the authorities? And also, how have you managed to thrive? What are those core values and principles that have guided your business to be able to make these years in this business? And also comment about the regulation of the real estate market.
Okay, thank you. Now, you see, I'll just share a piece of advice. It's good to dream, and you should always be a dreamer. Okay, and maybe secondly, you should always have focus. It's good to stay focused and do what you think is best. Remain in the values, the principles that you think will guide you as you move forward. Yes, we're dealing in a market that is so unregulated, messed up, corrupt, name it. But for a person like me, I have this dream that one day it will get better. And I'm only doing that by doing what I think I do best, what I understand best. Find a broker, he's brokering cars, they're brokering houses, they're brokering furniture, they're all over the place. But that's not the reason you went to school. There's a difference why you went to school and studied real estate, and there's a difference why I've maintained 18 years and I still dream to even make it 50. Do what you think is best and stay in that line. Time will come and the good people will see you and they will pick that nice flower that will help to make things flow. So yes, the market is saturated with these fake guys. Before our meeting, I was telling you about guys who sell plots of 30 to 50.
Yes.
30 to 50, 30 by 50 plots. 50 by 50 plots, and they start telling you it's chapa, whatever they call it. Yeah? What do you call it? There's a Uganda word they use. Not chapa mugalo. Chiramu? What? Okay, that word. Now, they reach an extent, they use social media. Social media is good, but can also be bad. And I get perplexed when I see people abroad, people living in America, people living in, the Western world. They are still being confused or conned by these people here on the ground. Because realistically speaking, how can you convince me that a 20-foot by 30-foot plot is going to house you and your, let's say, 6 members of your family. I mean, that befits the fact why you went to school. You didn't go to school to create more slums in the city. That's why you're seeing Kampala is disorganized. That's why they are pushing that, the unregulated, because the industry is not regulated, they are pushing that kind of way of work, they're pushing it to even outskirts of the city. But principally, if you know and you believe in certain things, there are certain things you shouldn't do because of the money. You should be identified with the good deeds. They are there, they make the money. Yes, they make the money. But that money will come to an end. It will come to an end. But it's unfortunate that the slums are going to grow, you know. Recently, I didn't tell you, I went back and studied a postgraduate course in urban governance and I say a postgraduate course, postgraduate in urban governance and management. It's a course I studied. And I learned quite a lot from, it was an interaction between public servants and me actually in the class. We're about 60. And I think it was only me or another guy from the private sector. But I want to tell you, my experience there is, there's a way people in the public sector think and how people in the private sector think. I won't go into details. But anyway, in a nutshell, how are we going to regulate the industry? One, of course we need government support, really. Government has to come out and, we can't be doing the same old things now and again. That thing has to come to a stop and things be put in order so that, we can have a flourishing industry. 18 years hasn't been an easy journey, and it still isn't. But you only take on the cake you can eat. You can't eat everything. Let these crazy guys do what they are doing. But once government wakes up one morning and they say, whoever built in a 30 by 50 plot, we are confiscating that land and going to use it for better purposes, you'll be at a loss. So if you're out there in the world, Germany, America, wherever you are, my advice to you is do the right thing, because companies are there, people are there. They sell genuine land. It is open, the system is open. Go to lands, open, inquire. All the information is there, but I don't know, TikTok and Instagram has really confused our people, you know? But there are people who stand for the truth, and they follow the truth. Jason, even if it's your sister, I cannot and I will never sell land that is 20 by 30 feet. I don't want. Let those guys make the money. I'm okay where I am as long as I know where we are headed.
Yes.
Now, another way we can regulate the industry would be to, like minds have to come together.
Yes.
When I say like minds, I mean the different associations that are practicing for the betterment of the industry.
Yes.
The Surveyors Institute, the Architects Institute, we have the Association of Real Estate Agents. We have a friend of mine, Rachel Mirembe, Global Institute. You know, people should be taught better practices.
Yes.
To improve the industry. Those who are knowledgeable, we should keep networking to better the industry.
Yes.
And by the way, also, the reason I located in Kawempe from Central is to come here, not because I'm so brainy that I know a lot, but 18 years of experience can be used to help my colleagues, brokers and the like.
Yes.
We share knowledge. Life is not about money only.
Yes.
But sharing knowledge as well.
Yes.
That can be beneficial
to all of you that are operating the same market.
No, the other issue that can also help regulate the industry is to, still on government. Government has to come up with policies, and be strict at imposing those policies. You don't just build anywhere. There used to be barrows. Barrows are like, barrows would be like how you'd see a division.
Yes.
Kawempe division, Akawa division, Nakawa, the divisions of Kampala, you know them. I've just mentioned 3, but there are about 6. Nakawa, Kawempe, Machindye, Lubaga, all these places. Barrows. In London, they are called barrows. There's the barrows, anyway. For those people who have been to the UK, Lambeth Barrow. It's been years since I left England, but barrows anyway. Now, the barrows used to, I don't know how they did it, I don't know whether it comes from far, long time ago, but council, there are councils. I think a borough is like a district or a division. They build council houses, council flats. Yeah? The government comes together with the division, they build council flats, different council flats, and then sell at low prices, yeah, to people, and people can start staying in, you know, in flats, and you know, it helps to, and it's an organized kind of environment. Here in Uganda, it's different. I don't know whether it's because of the land laws, yeah, but it's something that is happening in Europe. In Europe, they build. Kawempe division has its council flats.
Yes.
Nakawa has its council flats. You know, people rent.
Yes.
And they pay the councils. Council makes money, others buy for good. The urban poor can be accommodated. You know, even the urban rich can live in the flats.
Yes.
So in that way, you know, we get organized living. But this 30-20 kind of thing is not taking us anywhere.
Yes.
And other ways that I will not get into.
Yeah, that's a very great conversation that we're having here. As we conclude this conversation, there is a trend of where we used to see people building houses, building flats for rent purposes.
Yeah.
But there's a trend now that is coming up where they are building to sell, especially for developers who are not nationals of Uganda. And recently I had a debate with one of my colleagues where he told me, I cannot build apartments for rent because it will take me years to really get my money back with mortgage rates that are high, and also unless I'm building for my children, you know, to get money from that rent after some good time. But what do you think is bringing about people shifting from building to rent to build to sell? Yeah, and also from your experience or from what you've seen overseas, how they do their real estate marketing, there's a lot of trend of where you have to use social media marketing. And social media marketing is something that if you're not on social media, if you're not using social media, you will take long to actually market or sell or rent your properties. There's technology that is coming up. And what do you comment about the change of technology and also the issue of build to rent compared to build to sell? And also how you can compare it to the market probably that is in the UK where you were inspired to start this business here in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we are in a market that is, what do you call it? In economics, what do they call it? It's an open market.
Where anyone can do whatever they wish.
Anyone can do what they want.
Yes.
Okay?
Because it's not regulated.
Is it a laissez-faire market? Laissez-faire? Whatever that is. Anyway, anybody can do what they want as long as you have the resources.
Yes.
Okay? Now, our biggest problem in Uganda is that the buy to sell would be a good option, but not everybody can. Not everybody can afford those houses of 300,000 US dollars.
Yes.
And this guy's asking dollars, by the way. 500,000 US dollars. 250,000 US dollars. it's quite a lot of money. Not everybody can afford that money.
Yeah.
So it is not actually solving the housing gap that we have
Yes.
in this industry. But like I said, if there was a way, our government started this thing of council flats,
Yes.
council flats in the different
Areas,
divisions
yes.
of Kampala. You know, it would help to kind of reduce on the housing gap.
Yes.
But now everybody does what they want because they want to make money out of it.
Yes.
Talking about buy to rent, when I look at most investors, they only build those houses to rent. One, because they are stuck, they don't have buyers. Two, because they want the comfort. My children will find these houses when they grow up.
Yes.
But that thing is going to die. The trend is changing around the world. The world is changing. We're becoming a global village.
Yes.
Okay? We're becoming a global village. Now, for example, building let's say 12 apartments, a 12 apartment block, or even bungalows, you need about 900 million shillings to complete that. And then you have to wait for another 12 years or 15 years to recover that money. Okay?
Yes.
So when I say the trend is changing, the guys who are doing buy to sell, yes, he can spend 900 million or 1.2 billion, and then he can sell those apartments. I think, in my opinion, it's a better
option.
Of doing business. But then it does not completely solve the housing crisis that this country is facing.
True.
Okay? So government really has to, I don't know, they really have to sit down, you know, and do a lot of benchmarking to understand where this trend is leading us.
Yes.
Council flats abroad. It's a concept where both the urban poor and the rich are catered for in an organized environment.
Yes.
Okay? Council makes money actually out of those flats. Government also makes money through provision of services.
Yes.
You know? So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win situation.
You know? But I don't know what our ministry is thinking about. I know they know, but maybe they need to give it further, you know?
About the trend of technology, as Jerome Richards, how is it treating you? Are you also utilizing the trend of technology, social media marketing? Is it also something that you have embraced in your company?
Yes, we have. But you know, as you grow old,
yes,
certain things tend to not matter so much.
Yes.
But also because we run a business that thrives on, it's a global business, by the way. We're in a global village. If I let myself backwards, then it means my business won't survive frontwards. So yes, I embrace technology, and I'm planning to bring in quite a number of changes which will be seen, which you will see, and why not?
Okay, that's
why not?
good.
Technology is good. You need to embrace technology.
Yeah. Lastly, where do you see your business or the real estate market as a whole, but also bring it in comparison to your business in the next 10 years? Because as we have seen, there is where it starts from and there is where it is right now. So in the next 10 years, where do you see Jerome Richards? How do you see the market, the real estate market in Uganda in the next 10 years? And what are the things you think you should give as a leaf to the upcoming real estate companies, real estate agents? Where do you see our market, your business, and advice to the upcoming real estate agents?
Now, the real estate industry definitely is growing, and it will grow. Okay, different players will come. If you don't fix your trouser tight, and you let it loosen, then you get off track.
Yes.
But for myself as Jerome Richards and myself as a person, Richard, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. I have a reason, like I said when we were beginning this discussion. I told you I have a purpose. And for those people who know me out there, I don't give up easily. I only give up when I can't give up. Giving up is not part of me. I'm building something that is gonna last. Okay? I'm building something that's gonna last, and I'm sure this industry will reach a level where people like us and others out there um, who really have the industry at heart. I mean, we'll be seen, and it's very bright, and people out there keep doing those good things.
Yes.
Don't be driven by money to do the wrong things. Yeah. Network where necessary. Join associations. Meet colleagues. Ask
Yes.
where you don't know, because you can't be a custodian of all that knowledge. Go for refresher courses. We have the association of no, it's not the association. It's the Real Estate Institute of East Africa,
Yeah.
based at Jumbo Plaza.
Yes.
They have refresher courses. Go for refresher courses. Land management.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
land management. There's specialist courses in brokerage management, specialist courses in property management, specialist courses in. They have quite a bit of them.
Yes.
So go for refresher courses. There's my sister there at Nakawa, very good department there. They have a real estate course in real estate management, and it's there. Uganda Matters University also offers a real estate course. UCU is also offering a real estate course. So the more and more people get into this industry, it means that given time, the changes will come. And the government will see. They will see. When we all come together and put our games together, it is us we have a duty to change this country. Nobody's going to change this country. If you think Muzungu is going to come and change this country, then that's a lie. It is you and me. We have to do it ourselves. This country is ours. We have to do it, and when you ask me where's the future, very bright, very bright. The old guards will go. They will go. Whether they want it or not, they will go. And new ones will come. So you're a parent like me, educate your child.
Yes.
Your children.
Teach them what to do.
Teach them what to do. Then the rest will leave to God.
Yes.
That's my principle.
All right. Richard, allow me to truly thank you for this conversation that we've had today.
My pleasure.
And once again, thank you for introducing me to real estate. I think I usually tell my colleagues at my office that some of these principles that I take as myself, I remember there's a way you used to write in your notebook and also step for some airtimes.
Yes.
I still do that.
Please.
Yeah.
There's just one thing, I don't know whether the cameramen are noticing. There's something about us here.
Yeah.
Something very small, but it's something you may not know, but it is some very little thing. It's the diary that you're seeing.
Yes.
A diary. I taught Jason how to use a diary.
Yeah.
Whatever you do,
Yeah.
you have to have a diary.
Yes. And exactly the way you used to write in small
Yes.
sentences.
It's a principle. It's a guiding principle.
Yeah.
You have to be organized. You have to be focused. You have to work hard.
True. True.
The rest
The rest will
The
work
world-
themselves out
the rest
if
will
you
work
organize.
themselves. And thank you for getting married. I had your married man.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm married now.
You know, you give me a lot of, I mean, what can I say? I get so happy,
Yes.
you know, by the fact that you came to me when you were still a young man.
Yeah.
You went through my hands.
Yeah.
You went and, you know, made your way out there. And I
Yes.
didn't know that one day I would sit here and do what we are doing.
Yes.
I mean,
Discussing
these are
about
fruits.
real issues that affect our market.
Discussing about real issues.
Yeah.
I mean, that is all I can really give back.
Yeah.
and I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm starting a podcast as well.
Yeah.
That discusses real estate issues.
Right.
So once in a while, I just invite colleagues, friends, so that we talk about real estate matters.
Yeah.
It's the only way I realize that it's the only way we can make noise to ourselves to make some changes in the real estate market. You've said it yourself that it is ourselves that have to shape it the way we want it to run. So out of our discussions, the people that listen to them, our fellow agents, brokers, and authorities, they pick these conversations, and I know we have a good future in the real estate market. So allow me thank you for taking your time to be with me in my episode, and I know we're going to continue doing business together, we're going to continue catching up together, and the future is supposed to be bright. Yeah, I hope Jerome can take on the role and keep the legacy of real estate.
We only produce the bodies, but you can't determine the soul.
I know.
But the dream is still to have him on board and really make the dream, the legacy, build the legacy.
All right.
Build the legacy.
All right.
But Jerome Richards as an entity,
Yes.
it's built to last. I'm building something to last.
Yes.
I'm not looking at 10, 20. I'm looking at 50,
Yes.
80 years.
Yes.
Whether I'll be around or gone, I want it to last. Because these white people, the businesses thrive. Why can't we do it? What is so special about what they do and what we can do here?
Yes.
So my brother, keep on doing what you do.
Yes.
Real estate is wide. It is wide.
Yes.
It doesn't stop at selling
Properties.
selling properties. But it is wide. What you're doing is so good, and just keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Then the rest you live with that. You'll see what will happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Richard, we'll catch up next time.
Thank you so much.
In another episode.
Thank you so
if
much
it happens,
for having me.
may God bless you.
Thank you. Bless you too.
Guys, thank you for being part of this episode. We hosted Jerome Richards. Richard Mukasa is the proprietor of that business. And thank you for keeping up. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. We continue bringing you real estate issues. We continue to bring you people that matter in this market, that are shaking the waves of this market. Until another episode comes, see you then. May God bless you.